What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Montyverse. We have a very special live stream today because we're going to be talking about what I believe to be the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh event of the year. I mean, I don't want to jump the gun in saying that, but in my personal opinion, I feel like this is the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh event of the year. The Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, New York, is hosting an anniversary screening of Yu-Gi-Oh: The Dark Side of Dimensions on October 5th, 2024. Tickets on sale now. And today we're going to be answering any questions about the event because joining me is the person whose idea this event was, who decided to screen this movie at the museum, and that is my friend, John Andrade. John, what is up, dude?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Excited to finally have this event happen and talk about it a little. So ready for any and all questions.
That's awesome. Yeah, because when we first met, you described this event to me, and it was one of the coolest sounding things I had ever heard. As someone who grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh, as a fan of this franchise for my entire life, I was like, wow, if you could pull this off, that's going to be a huge event for the fandom. So why don't you go ahead and describe why you chose to screen Yu-Gi-Oh, The Dark Side of Dimension, and two, what you want this event to be in your eyes and what your vision for this event is.
Well, okay. I'm gonna start off by saying, as everyone in the fandom knows, this is one of the last things that the late Kazuki Takahashi worked on. And after his untimely death, I believe that this film deserves a little bit more love. I had the fortunate luck of attending the original screening in 2016. But it only got a screening time of 2 weeks here in New York, and I deserve that this needs to be seen on a bigger screen by people who love the franchise.
That's really great, yeah, because this did have such a limited theatrical run, as most unfortunately as most anime movies had when this movie had first come out. Now they seem to be getting screened for longer because they are much more financially successful than they once were. But this is a movie that I think it came at the right time. It was us readdressing the characters of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, a anime that is so near and dear to so many of our hearts that this movie just is so beloved by the fandom. I feel like anyway. So if you're going to screen anything Yu-Gi-Oh, I do think that this is the best choice possible to do.
I think so. I mean, this film came out almost 8 years ago. I still think the animation for it is still crisp. It looks beautiful. It's also a wonderful story and such a great ending to the original manga series. And if you like to think of it as canon, also the TV show. But it's a wonderful story, and I think it deserves to basically be revisited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm in 100% agreement. Guys, for anyone watching right now, we're just kind of introing to wait until a couple more people get inside of here. Then we are going to be answering questions. I know a lot of people on our social media posts have been asking us questions about the event and in regards to like specifics. Where can we get tickets? Who's coming? What's included with the ticket? And all of those things. So for anyone in the chat right now, feel free to drop your questions in, and we'll get to as many as possible. Hopefully all of them. We're going to aim for every single question until the last question. But for right now, if you do have any questions about the event, or if you are going, let us know in the chat, and just drop some fun Yu-Gi-Oh stuff because we're happy to talk about it. But while we're waiting for that, John, why don't you go ahead and describe the event a little bit for anyone in the chat who may not be aware of the event, who hasn't seen the other social media posts, who's just hearing about it for the first time now. Outside of the screening, I should say.
So, as I said, this originally started off as just a screening. The movie was just going to be shown in our biggest theater, our Redstone Theater here at the Museum of the Moving Image. But due to our open worlds event that has been taking place all summer, that has been opening its doors up to the entire public, this has turned into a full-on fan event. And what that means is that not only will people be able to attend the screening, but also we will be having complimentary duel space for any and all players that come. So you'll be able to come by, meet other people who also play, maybe have a duel or two, and as well as the opportunity to meet a couple of people along the way who have done their time on certain series.
Well, okay. Why do you say that?
Yeah.
Is there anyone of the guests, because I know a bunch of them.
Mhm.
Are there any of them that we can officially announce as of right this second? Because listen, I promised the people announcements, and we
Yeah.
might have to drop a couple to satiate the craving.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can announce two people right off the
All right,
bat.
let's hear them.
Number one is one of my best friends in the whole world, who I've known since seventh grade. Is Jennifer Silverman. She's totally gonna get me for screwing up her name right there. Jennifer Silverman. She is the voice of. I almost said Asuka. That is my WWE brain. Wow. Okay. She is one of the voice actresses on Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens currently. And yeah, she's been a longtime friend and honestly has been a big help setting this event up. And I'm very excited to have her on board.
Okay, lovely. And of course, Jen is in the chat right now, guys. So everyone say hello to Jen. Producer, can we pull up one of Jen's comments so people can see Jen's name in the chat? What's up, Jen? So good to see you. And that's going to be really fun. I love involving the Yu-Gi-Oh recruits, as I call them, the Yu-Gi-Oh cast in the event, because this really is a celebration of the entire franchise, more so than just Duel Monsters. Of course, it's going to celebrate Duel Monsters heavily because that's the franchise we all know, we all love. But to have people involved from potentially every era of Yu-Gi-Oh, without spoiling too much, is going to be a really, really cool thing about this event.
Yeah. So not only will Jen be here, but another really cool person who will be a part of this is Danny Kramer. You might know him from Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns as the Shepherd.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And also he is Raihan. How do you pronounce that?
It is Raihan. Yeah.
Raihan, the dragon.
In Pokemon. So he is officially the guy who Ash beat for the Pokemon League Championship.
Yes.
I don't know if he still feels salty about that, but sorry, Danny. Just
he lost to the perpetual loser. That shit. He should be salty about that. But guys, we're pro Yu-Gi-Oh here. We're not talking about Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon conversation out here. This is pro Yu-Gi-Oh stream right now.
Yeah. So So we will have people from Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens, Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns, and those are people who I can officially announce. But as I said, this is an event that spans the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise, so there will be other people who are a part of other series showing up. And we will be announcing them throughout this month as time goes on. So, it'll be a nice little surprise every time you open up social media and you get a new name drop.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't want to jump the gun on this, but if you had to pick a number, how many Blue Eyes White Dragons do you think would be at this event if one of the people attending it would have Blue Eyes in their deck?
I don't know. One comes to mind, but it got torn up. It got torn pretty early on too, I guess. But I guess I can say 3.
That's a good number. That's a strong number. 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if anyone had more than 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in their deck, they'd be a pretty fun person to be at this event.
They'd probably also have like a ton of money too.
They would.
Yeah.
They would also like really center their life around a dragon.
Yeah, truly.
I'd say.
Probably build a plane too. I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
100%. But we talked a little bit about some of the guests coming. We talked a little bit about the event. Have we gotten any questions yet? I wasn't looking at the chat. Let's see. Do we have any questions before we keep talking? That's a really great question from Mean Beetle. So, what inspired you to host this event?
Well, first and foremost, I've been a very big Yu-Gi-Oh fan my whole life. It is a big part of my life. To put it simplest, everyone in my life who I have met, who is still in my life that I consider family, I met because of Yu-Gi-Oh. which is pretty crazy. People I've known for over 20 years, more than half my life. And I've always wanted to try and find a way to like give back to this community because it has given me so much. And I honestly didn't think I would get this opportunity, but what helped along the way was there was a hole in the animation programming once, and we were asked to like pitch ideas, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, you're an anime nerd. Like, what would you recommend that we play?" And I randomly said Yu-Gi-Oh! Darkside of Dimensions because I was watching it on my phone at work at the time. Uh, and next thing I know, this all got greenlit, and it's been a dream come true. It isn't without its struggles, but it's my way of giving back to something that has literally given me so much.
Yeah, I mean, just to add my spin on that, I mean, the whole reason we met is because of Yu-Gi-Oh. We wouldn't have even gotten to know each other like that. It's because of that tattoo right there. I was
Right
at the
there.
museum. Me and Nikki had went to see just to check out the museum. We're obviously big cinephiles. We love movies, and it was around Nikki's birthday. We had went to just go check it out to see the Jim Henson exhibit, just to see everything that's going on over there.
Mhm.
And I just happened to see out in the wild a Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds tattoo.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, is that Yusei's dragon mark, signer mark from Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds?" And the
Yep.
rest is history.
Absolutely. And yeah, no, that was an awesome day, and it was awesome to get to meet you and Nikki, and just be able to like, I guess, talk shop for lack of better terms. And then it's funny how like after you guys, how many people have come up to me and have asked me if this is Yusei's mark, and so many more people that I've met along the way. And it's such a beautiful thing to just like, I got this tattoo for myself because
Mhm.
I find a lot of myself in Yusei, and the character himself has like helped me through a lot of times in my life. And so it's nice to also see that just with his tattoo, like those bonds kind of extend. So it's great that I got to meet you and Nikki and just everyone else who like realizes this and says like, "Hey, we have something in common. Let's just talk and be friends." And it's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's Yu-Gi-Oh for me as well has been such a major part of my life. I've been playing the game actually just for the stream. This is my very first Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's the very first Dark
Nice.
Magician from the Yugi starter deck. 2002, I want to say, came out. I've
Yeah.
been playing this card since the year 2002, and it just goes to Yu-Gi-Oh is the type of franchise that brings people together. It's all about creating shared experience. It's all about it's all about creating bonds with people, quote unquote bonds,
Bonds that
bonds
transcend time. Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
But whether you're sitting down playing the game or whether you like you meet someone in the wild who recognizes a tattoo or a t-shirt or a hat and strikes up a conversation, that's what this franchise is all about. And now to have an event where we can get all of these like-minded people together that can relive a part of their childhood or part of their current life is going to be really wonderful.
Yeah. And actually, to touch on a question, on Mean Beetle's question, to finish that out, the other thing that inspired me to host this event has a lot to do with the current World Championship happening this weekend, actually
Yep.
in Seattle. Uh, when uh, when it was posted that unless you qualified for the World Championship, you were not going to be able to attend by Konami, I saw that a lot of people were understandably upset because this is the first time in a very long time that the World Championship was taking place here in the U.S. And
Yeah.
of course, everyone wants to go and witness. I mean, think of all the other cool things that get like huge huge stadium fill outs, like League of Legends. I've sat in box seats at Madison Square Garden watching the League of Legends World Championship, and it's great. So the last thing on my mind was, okay, so all these people who are planning on taking road trip and being like, "Hey, I can go down the street and see the world championship, who are no longer able to. What can I do for them now that we're being basically turned away from this? So my idea was to give fans a Super Bowl, to give them something to look forward to. Can't go to the World Championship? That's fine. We'll bring Yu-Gi-Oh to you.
Yeah, I mean, because when they first announced that, a lot of people in the card game community were really annoyed by that. Really, really annoyed, because there are a lot of people who don't qualify for World Championships that go to the World Championships. They want to watch other people compete. They want to compete in the smaller tournaments that they usually have. They want to watch the live duels that they have with the voice actors. So to take that away from the fandom is kind of like baffling to me. So for you to create an event like this, you in the museum, I think that's really, really cool. And it's something that I think the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom really needs.
Absolutely.
Do we have any more questions? Oh, we do have more questions. This is actually another really great question. Do some people cosplay as character? Can you cosplay? Is cosplay allowed? Is it frowned upon? We should probably draw that line right now. What are your thoughts, John?
Please cosplay. If you can cosplay, please do it. I would love it. Cosplay is heavily encouraged. I would love nothing more than just to see a parade of cosplayers just come in. Considering I am a cosplayer myself, and my first cosplay ever was Yusei. So nothing would make me happier. So yes, if you have a costume or are planning a costume, please bring it. And I would love to do a Yu-Gi-Oh photo shoot if there are enough people who cosplay.
Yeah, I think that would be great. All the cosplayers can at either the end of the event or the beginning of the event can all get together and just take a big picture. Just that would be really cool.
Absolutely.
What else we got? Producer. Yeah. Let's get all. Well, we'll do all Yu-Gi-Oh questions. I don't know. That's a good. Do you know the release date of the early days? What is the early days? Oh, is that the? I don't even know. I'm unfamiliar.
I think I know what they're speaking about, but I don't know. We're gonna have to pull some Seto Kaiba stuff and hack Konami.
We'll ask Konami right now. Let me get on the horn with Konami and I'll ask. Honestly, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! 4Kids dub is some of the greatest comedy of our generation.
It truly is.
They took a show that is so grim and serious, and they turned it into one of the greatest comedies of all time.
Yeah, especially season 4. I think season 4, which was not in the original manga series, was where a lot more improv was allowed, and it is to this day some of the best voice acting I ever got. I'm gonna do this horrendously, but I still think one of the best parts of the series was when Joey fused Hermos and Time Wizard and made his magic hammer, and the first thing that comes out of Val and Mark Thompson's mouth is "Run! It's a croquet hammer with wings." It is just gold.
It's so fantastic. Okay. Oh, that's why I never heard of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know the card game just released the retro packs, but I didn't think that's what you were talking about. Okay. That's cool. I did play a couple of them. I mainly played them so I could get the cards, because back in the day they only put certain cards in with the video games, like the Magnet Warriors.
Yeah.
So I did play them for that reason. Oh wow. That's so awesome to hear. That's really cool. John, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. That's, you know what? That's great. I was actually at San Antonio Nostalgia Con, which is where I actually spoke to all the voice actors about this event. So hell yeah. If you were there and you're able to attend this, it'll be great to see you again. Great to be able to have you. And honestly, dude, that actually made me a little bit teary-eyed. That's
it's so cool, because on the social post, me and John interact with usually everyone who comments. We interact with one or both of us, and we've had so many people comment that they're coming from different states across the country, and that's so cool.
Yeah,
be like, oh, I'm coming from Florida, or I have people flying in from Florida or California. I can only think of one state.
I
My
think
producer Nikki's laughing at me right now.
yeah, I think one of the best comments I ever got that like I immediately had to drop at work where I was like, I had someone actually say that they're planning a road trip from Florida and then picking up more people from North Carolina along the way. Like that
That's
is
so cool.
amazing. Yeah.
That's what this event's about. It's about creating this space for everyone to kind of gather and share in their love of Yu-Gi-Oh, which is
Absolutely.
wonderful. Um, would we like to see Seto Kaiba Synchro Summon in modern Duel Monsters anime?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, he needs it. He's got to beat Yugi somehow.
I mean, that's a pipe dream, really.
That
I
guy
mean, he's just going to summon the power of friendship, and then it's just all over again.
invented time travel to travel to the afterlife just so that he could beat his rival in a children's card game.
I mean, mood, really.
Yeah, that's the move.
Look, I've learned my pettiness from Seto Kaiba. I think I've learned from the best, so you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Producer Nikki, do you also want to keep dropping the link for tickets in the chat whenever you get a chance? Thank you. Nikki, do you want to wave to the camera for all the people that are in here for you? We have a large fan base that hates me and loves Nikki because she's the nice one.
Hi, Nikki.
So, but thank you. That was so aggressive. I felt like that was a little passive aggressive.
Here.
That's fine. But the link is in the chat. So anyone who's in the chat, you could scroll up. We did post a link. If you need us, I will post it in the description after the video too, and I will drop it in the comments as well. So if you are looking for it, it will be there. But if you are in the chat right now looking for it, just scroll up or go to the museum's website, and it should be there on the calendar.
On the calendar, yep, October 5th.
Yeah. And John, do you play Master Duel, John?
I do. I do play Master Duel, and I get my butt whooped on that too. On Duel Links, I'm on everything. I'm in IRL. Come find me. Run those cards. Like, let's go.
Come find me on the street. Throw your cards out.
Listen, whether it be Master Duel or in real life, I will actually have my deck at the event. So if anyone wants to challenge me to a duel, game on. Like,
I'm bringing my whole ass Ultimate Guard
excellent
deck case.
Nice.
Bring it, bro.
Just doing the whole thing. I'll be bringing my oh man, I hope this is the deck that I think it is. I'll be bringing my piece to the Resistance. What's it called? My favorite deck of all time.
Stardust Dragon.
As you can plainly see, you know, I only got the guy's tattoo and dragon on my shirt, but yeah.
That's fair. I mean, listen, I'm a man of many decks. I don't know which one I'm going to play. I don't know. I might bring 25 decks. Who knows? I might bring one. We'll find out. What about Yugimoto going to do XZ summon in Master Duel? I will say I play Master Duel. But I play it in protest. I don't like how it's a grind to win. Right. I don't like how it's a pay to play game. You have to constantly grind just to get like a slight chance that you could pull good cards in packs. It makes it very difficult for new players to jump in. But,
very true.
You know, if Konami hated us before, they will now. And do you think that is a really good question? Because I have strong feelings about Aigami as a villain. I think he's kind of non-existent. I think that he's just irrelevant in the grand scheme of the movie. I think the movie's themes are what's the most important thing about that movie, and I think he's just kind of there to serve a purpose.
Yeah, if I may throw my hat in that, I actually don't see Aigami as a villain.
That's fair.
At all. I actually see him. I don't see him as a villain. I see him as someone who was wronged his whole life, and he sees a way to, at least in his eyes, to try to make sure that no one goes through what he did. And and that's why he tries to use the Plana to build the perfect world, at least in his eyes. So I don't see him as a villain. I just think he is misled through most of his life.
I
And
mean, yeah. To
yeah,
play devil's advocate, I guess he would also be considered the antagonist, not the villain, but he is in direct conflict of the protagonist, Yugi. If anyone's the villain in that movie, it's 100% Kaiba.
yeah,
Kaiba's a straight menace
yeah,
in
he
that
is.
movie.
I also, can we just like talk about and just the most badass scene of Seto Kaiba ever is just to anyone who has seen the movie, and I'd like to think that everyone has at this point, where he has where Aigami is staring off in the rain looking at Yugi, and then Kaiba just has like his entire company's worth of security just gang up on him and take him in. That is the most Batman Seto Kaiba moment of all time. If he had actually made a Batman reference, I think I would have screamed.
The best Seto Kaiba moment is when he drinks from that water bottle, crushes it, and says, "Fire whoever designed this cup, whoever designed this bottle." That is the most Batman. Well, it's not really bad. Batman wouldn't do that. He wouldn't fire someone over a freaking water bottle.
I think that next to Darren Dunstan's Pegasus's line in Bonds Beyond Time is two of the greatest things. It's my worst fear. I've been upstaged. Uh, two of the greatest lines to ever exist in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Speaking of voice actors and this event, I know that people in the comments of some of our discussions were kind of asking what's exactly going to be involved with the ticket purchase of the event. So when you buy the $15 ticket, what does that give you when you come to this event? If you can explain that for me.
Okay, so the $15 ticket to it grants you access to the film itself, and as well as the Q&A panel that we're going to do to start off the day with with our guests. As far as everything else, you do not. As far as everything else and our meet and greets, you are not required to buy a ticket. It is free to just walk inside the museum. The only thing that I will just say, just so that there's no confusion, if you wish to go upstairs to the galleries of the museum, that is an extra charge. But that is all. But other than that, yeah, it grants you access to the Q&A, to the film, and everything else is literally on us. And you're free to have fun.
That's awesome. That's just that's. I mean, guys, what more can you want? Q&As, movie, get to hang out with me, potentially John. That just sounds like a great day.
I mean, you know, you're pretty cool. I'm all right.
I'm a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
I mean, very clearly, I'm the face here. Everyone loves me. no one hates me. I'm so great.
No one does. I mean,
No.
no.
There's definitely no one that has a problem.
No. I mean, I have cool hair. That's about it.
Absolutely. There was also a really good question in there asking if there was anything going on after the movie itself.
There is. I actually did see that question. So that is a very good question, Eve. So there actually will be an after party taking place at a bar 2 blocks away from the museum called Sunswick 3535, where there will be themed drinks. They have great food, as well as that will be a primary location to get exclusive merch available only during this event.
Interesting. Can we talk about any of the people involved in the merch? Is that something we could talk about on this stream?
Yeah, absolutely. So first person I'd like to talk about is an artist by the name of Megan Favre, who actually made my Stardust shirt. And I love it, super comfortable. She has agreed to make an exclusive poster for the event, and it is not finished yet, but I have had eyes on it, and it is absolutely incredible. She is a wonderful artist. You can go follow her on Instagram or Twitter at Art by Meg Fabry. but yeah, I've seen the stuff. She's already done a few Yu-Gi-Oh pieces already, including for myself. I've commissioned her a few dozen times now. I just throw money at her at this point. But yeah, she'll be working very exclusively on a poster for us, and I can't wait to share that with the world, and I know she
That's
can.
very cool. Meg, I know you're in the chat, so do me a favor, drop your social handle in the chat. Shameless plug yourself, please, and we will put it up on screen because I'm too far away from my keyboard to type it in. So do me that favor, and we'll put it up. But yeah, Meg is great. So we guys, you heard that here first. We will be having an exclusive poster for this event. So if you come, you will get an exclusive, one of a kind piece of memorabilia from this amazing event. And John, what else you got for us?
So
Oh,
last
wait,
thing I will actually say on Meg, the cool thing about her, she has actually already done art prints for a few of the voice actors. Jen Silverman actually carries her art prints for Asana as well, and Greg Abbey actually carries one of her prints.
That's cool.
As well. So that's so if you guys ever see Greg Abbey, there is a small there is basically a print of Chibi, Yusei, and Asana that is Meg Fabry.
Before we talk about anything else, let's address this question from Pertella. What if you bought the student ticket? Will it also have the benefits of the $15 ticket?
Yes, it will. Same thing. You have same access as before. It's just a student ticket. The only thing you need to do is just show a student ID.
So there you go. So that pretty much explains that.
Yeah.
Is trivia of the show not a good idea for like a side event of the event? That could be something we do after the event. Like that would be good, like after party game.
That would be fun. I am definitely still working on a few ideas for the after party, so trivia might just be something that might happen.
And maybe if you win the trivia, you can get one of those exclusive posters on the Montyverse. How about that?
That's a pretty sweet deal. Man, I mean, like, it would be a dream to maybe have, I don't know, a little bit of karaoke, have a couple of drinks and maybe sing the intro to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX a little too loud.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, what a great show when the bodies start dropping.
Season 3 is definitely Let the Bodies Hit the Floor by Drowning Pool.
Oh,
that's
100%.
For sure. But also, actually, since we were speaking about artwork, there is another artist that will be helping us along the way, which who has contacted me, to which I honestly couldn't believe there would be a day where I'd personally be speaking to them. But you had the honor of meeting them in person. I think you should be the one to name drop them.
Yes, we will be having some exclusive stuff custom made for this event by the one and only Judged Arts, one of the most prolific Yu-Gi-Oh artists in the game right now. I know if you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh prints, stickers, designs, you have seen their work. They are fantastic. I own multiple of their Yu-Gi-Oh stickers and keychains and other designs. So they will be providing us with, I don't know what if we decide on exactly what it will be yet, but there will be some exclusive Judged Arts stuff available for the event.
Absolutely. I honestly can't wait. I have followed Judged Arts forever, and just the fact that they're collaborating with this event is honestly a dream come true, and I cannot thank them enough for wanting to help.
Yeah, and once we found out that they would be unable to attend the event, we reached out and we wanted them to be a part of it because they were so passionate about the event and so passionate on getting other people to come to the event and just shouting it out and giving us so much of their time and promotion. So we wanted them to be involved in any way, shape, or form. So the fact that they're doing this for the event is so cool. And once we get some proofs of some of this art from all of the amazingly talented artists that are involved. Maybe we'll share it before the event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guys, Judge. I actually got to meet Judge at Anime NYC, and they were so cool. We talked about Yu-Gi-Oh and our shared love of Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously, and yeah, just a really, really great human being. So really happy to have them involved. So if you're a fan of their work, guess what? It'll be there.
It'll be there.
We'll
just all be there. How about we just all be there?
We're all just gonna be like Exodia. We're gonna draw all 5 pieces. We're gonna be there. Will anything be happening before the screening, or everything will only be during the screening? That's a great question. I don't know. Do you guys know the schedule yet? Did you lock down like the schedule of events, or?
Yes. So before the screening, so everything, think of it this way, everything except the after party, it will be taking place before the screening. The screening will be at 6 p.m. So that is after the museum closes. So the only thing open will be our theater. So the merch booth will be the first thing open at Sunswick, where you'll be able to get exclusive merch. If you would just like to get it early or like to get it signed by any guests that are in attendance. So that will be first and foremost. After that will be the Q&A panel that we'll have that will basically kick our day off. And then the meet and greets. And between that and our complimentary duel space, that will take up our day as until it's showtime.
Yeah, I mean, and when you really think about it, it's going to be such a crazy day. You're going to get Q&As, potentially more than one panel, probably more than one panel, right? Of the VAs, or do you think it'll just be one?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you think that it, like, because you mentioned the Q&A, but do we know yet if we're doing any additional panels with? Because we're going to be having a handful of VAs there. Should we not talk about that yet?
There will depend because there are like a lot of last minute inquiries that I'm getting. There actually might be 2. Not that I can't discuss it. It's more of a I'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and we'll see what it is. And if there are more guests than I think there would be, then yeah, it'll be split up into more than one Q&A.
So tentative, yeah. More than one Q&A, but there will be a Q&A. There'll be live dueling. We're gonna see the movie after party, guys. I mean, as Yu-Gi-Oh fans, what more can we want? This is gonna be such a crazy event. Haven Knight did ask a good question. I'm so glad, because that's exactly what I was looking at. Are there going to be Yu-Gi-Oh TCG products at the event?
So unfortunately not.
Okay.
Now I'm the best way, and hopefully I'm not jumping the gun and stepping on any toes here. I just want to say that Konami is not officially sponsoring this event. So I think it would be in poor taste to sell any TCG products. So therefore, no, unfortunately. But there are many amazing TCG mom and pop shops nearby, very close to the museum, who honestly could use the business. And I do think supporting local game shops is great.
Yeah, and obviously there'll be people with their cards on site. So if you're looking to trade or to bring your show off your collection, there will definitely be other players there. But yeah, I don't think like John said, it definitely would be a little weird to have the TCG products there. Any other questions about I feel like we answered a lot of stuff, which I'm happy about. A lot of people asked the vast majority of questions that I think most people were asking. If you guys have any other questions about the tickets, let us know. John, is there anything I could force you to announce that we haven't announced yet, that we haven't talked about yet?
Force me to announce. Let's just how can I put this in the best way?
best is yet to come.
The best is yet to come, but
The best is
also
yet to go.
yeah, but also for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters specifically, you will not be disappointed with the guests.
Yeah. Me and John have talked back and forth. We've had very long discussions about some of the people coming. So I think fans will be very pleased. I think that John has cultivated a very nice group of talent from all across the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise. And if you're a fan of Duel Monsters, yes, you'll be very happy. But also, if you're a fan of other shows, maybe you'll be happy too. I don't know. Just throw that out there.
I mean, who doesn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains and who doesn't like Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens?
Those are great shows.
They're absolutely great shows, and I honestly I can't believe that I'm able to call some, if not a lot of them, my friends at this point. So that is pretty cool.
That's amazing. We have a question from Jen. Will there be an elevator to space at the event?
Yes, there will be. There will be an elevator to space. This is why this event took so long to plan.
Mhm.
I specifically wanted the screening to take place in space. We're actually launching you into space to go see the film.
Yeah, this will be the first movie screened in space.
Yes, it will. It's a great question. That was actually one thing that I had forgotten to mention. I was holding back on it. You know, the patents weren't ready yet, but
yeah, now we can officially talk about it now.
Yeah, thank
now
God.
we can officially talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Is anyone in the chat cosplaying? I would love that. Anyone cosplay? Anyone? I know that there's a bunch of people coming, but is there anyone who's in the chat right now who is coming that hasn't said anything or hasn't let us know? Because that'd be really cool, just to get a barometer. I know that some people. I think that some people have bought tickets during the stream. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. There's no way I can check that, but I feel like I've been getting comments about it. So.
Also, can I just say that I love that one comment that says, "Dang, you were waiting on that Kaiba funding."
You guys don't know why we are laughing.
Yeah.
But yes, Kaiba Corp is really interesting the way that they produce their loans. It requires a lot of paperwork.
You actually have to duel the CEO. You have to duel the CEO.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
He makes you duel him.
Yeah.
Everyone lets him win. If he loses, you will not get funding.
No. You have to at least get him down to 1,000 life points before he begins to consider it.
Yeah. And if you beat him, he has you thrown in jail. Weird.
Exactly. I mean, we've already seen what Seto Kaiba is capable of.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Kaiba Corp has finally approved.
Yeah.
Pertella, are you are cosplaying as Kaiba for the event? I saw, which is really cool. I hope we get so many Kaibas.
I hope so too. I know Jen isn't going to be happy about that, but you know what? That's okay. I would love if there was just a drove of Kaibas coming in at the door. We would have to do we would have to do a TikTok with the whole "I'm looking for a guy in finance."
Oh, 100%.
At that point,
TikToks will be shot. I want to picture all of the Kaibas that are coming. If you can just find me and we could just take a picture. I want me in a sea of Kaibas.
Yes.
I want that. I need that shot.
Here a Kaiba, there a Kaiba, everywhere a Kaiba.
Oh, 100%. Maybe I will just put rope around myself and I'll cosplay Mokuba. Kidnapped Mokuba. Which is just every Mokuba.
I see you, Pertella. I see you.
Okay.
Mm.
I think I see you too. Maybe. Do we? Who knows?
I said that because I literally just realized who Pertella is, and I was just like, all right.
I'm going to be honest. I think I did too.
Yeah. So the second they said that, I was like, okay, I see you.
When they said that, I think it snapped into place for me too. Anything else? Producer Nikki. Anything else going on? Nothing else going on? Okay. All right. And guys, any final questions or just any general questions? I think we could open it up. So I think we we knocked out a lot of the intense questions.
Yeah.
But if anybody has any fun questions, if anybody wants to know any details regarding the event, if anybody wants to know like I don't know, I was gonna say location, but you could probably, I mean, we live in a world where Google exists. You could probably just Google the museum. It's in Queens, New York, Museum of the Moving Image. But I feel like we'll open it up to just general Yu-Gi-Oh questions, I guess, at this point. If anyone has any. That's a great question.
That is,
John, do you plan on doing around the globe?
that's ambitious. I would love to. And here's to hoping. There is a lot riding on how well this event does. I think if this event does well, I will be able to do other screenings for other animes, and I have other ideas of which I've shared with Monty as well. As far as like other states, hey, nothing is impossible, and if I can swing it, I would love to do it in other states. I would love to take this on the road. I'm sure the voice actors would as well. Around the globe, yeah. Oh, why? If I could, I absolutely would. This is one of my favorite things in the entire world, and I would love to share it with people across the world. So,
if we could screen it in Japan, so I can have an excuse to go to Japan, that would be great.
Yeah. I would be able to live out my dreams if we got to like show this in a place like the Tokyo Dome. I would cry, legitimately sobbing the whole time.
We have a question for you. I think someone named Meg asked. I think that's the Meg asked. Has anyone ever told you that you look like Aquaman?
No, not at all. If anything, I think I'm a bit taller than he is.
You look like the guy from that Minecraft movie trailer.
Yeah. I mean, I once got told I look like Conan the Barbarian. You know, the guy in the remake, though. You know, not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
This is actually a great question. Mean Beetle asked, between both of your favorite monsters, Dark Magician and Stardust Dragon, which do you think would win that? I feel like there needs to be, because if it's just 1v1, I feel like Stardust, I feel like it would just be an infinite loop, because they would go to crash.
Sure.
But Stardust would keep removing itself from play infinitum before anything could happen turn after turn.
I mean, I guess we're gonna have to find out there.
Find out. I mean, we'll duel. We'll duel each other.
I mean, you know, it's fine. I mean, I hate to do it to you, but I mean, I'd have to beat you.
That's fair. I mean, I will let you think you're gonna win before absolutely destroying you. That's fine. We could do that.
That's fine. Friendships will be tested on this day. Yeah,
100%. If we dueled, that would be the main event. The movie would actually be.
It's just you and me sitting in front of the screen playing.
Everyone's locked in. Everyone's watching. Just like, who's gonna win?
I would actually have Jen call out the entire match and just, he plays Dark Magician, just screams it out.
The whole crowd erupts. The whole crowd goes wild.
Screams. Yeah.
Remote duel streams when? That's a great question. I probably, at this point, it's been so long since I played Master Duel, I'd probably more likely do live Fortnite streams before I would do Master Duel streams. But we could probably set up, maybe we'll start live streaming physical duels. We'll get a multicam set up. Dueling complete silence. That's the dream.
Yeah. Like everyone's just watching it like an intense chess game, and somebody like coughs, and we're just like, shh.
Everyone's like, shh, they're concentrating.
Absolutely. It'd be a lot like the US Open, honestly.
Exactly. But is there anything else that we didn't cover about the event? So we've talked about the panels. We talked about the Q&A. I mean, the Q&A, not the panels. We talked about the dueling. We talked about the meet and greets on site. Is there anything people should bring? I don't know. Is there anything? Will there be like refreshments on site? That's a good question. Is there like water or something else on site?
So we do have a cafe.
Okay.
At the place. They do serve food, snacks. They have coffee, beverages of both non-alcoholic and the alcoholic kind. So we will have things that are available. But so if you actually that's a really good question. If you do buy admission to the film and or the museum, as long as you keep your entry, whether it be your ticket to the museum or the film, you'll be allowed in and out all the time. You are not stuck inside the museum all day long, and there are plenty of places around us to be able to get any sort of food or drinks.
Yeah. I think there's a Starbucks like right down the block too.
It's like right on the corner.
Yeah,
I
there's
could
an
literally
Applebee's.
like jump and land on it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a Panera right around the corner. Applebee's. So there's tons of food and drink options around, if not in the event themselves. That's another great question. Is there going to be bag check?
There will be a bag check.
Yeah.
There will be. And actually that's a really good question. Yes, there will be a bag check. There will be someone with it at all times, in case anybody brings up a ton of cards. So yeah, that is actually a great question. Because as we all know, like, God forbid anyone touches your cards, but they will be secure. There is a code check.
I mean, especially if the sweaties bring their meta decks. If someone's rolling in with, well, they just not. I was gonna say Snake Eyes. They just knock Snake Eyes. But
No, okay. I just have something to say. Right now, you are welcome. This is actually a museum / screening rule. You are welcome to bring any deck you want. If, for the love of God, you bring a Gladiator Beast deck, you will be escorted out of the museum by security and myself.
Right here first. No Gladiator Beast.
No Gladiator Beast deck. They are not allowed. They are banned from the state of New York as per now. Yeah, no Gladiator Beasts.
You know what? As a competitor, I have a question. Is there going to be? Is this event going to be ban list enforced? Do you have to? Should your deck be built under the current ban list?
Yes.
I think we should just say yes.
Yeah, we should just say yes. However, if you are dueling a friend and want to do, I forgot the term for it because I know current is advanced format.
There's retro. Is it retro? I think it's retro format.
Yeah,
right?
retro format. That is between you and the person you are dueling. Yeah. But all dueling is welcome, including rush dueling.
Yes.
Get into rush dueling. It's fun.
Also, we should say that this is not going to be a tournament. There's not going to be any regulated tournament play, so it's just cash. Keep it cash. You and your opponent will decide what rules you play.
Yeah.
Fusion card. It would be called Dark Star Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, and with our luck, Konami would make it a quarter century rare only, and it would be worth $1,000.
Like the Dark Magician, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Black Magician of Chaos Fusion. That's a cool 800 for anyone wondering right now. Only quarter century rare. Yeah, Lightsworns are fine, as well as Harpies. Any other deck besides Gladiator Beast is welcome. Yeah,
Lightsworn's got to watch it though. I'm just saying.
Also, if you're bringing Snake Eyes to this event, you know who you are, and you know what, and you know, like this is a pretty cash event. All right, save that for Worlds.
I mean, listen, it's not our fault if somebody comes in with a third-rate deck being a fourth-rate duelist. I'm just saying.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. But if you're rolling up to this event with your $3,000 tournament legal Snake Eyes deck, just know I respect it because you want to win. Because you like winning. That's fair.
I came to beat some nerds and watch a movie. And the movie just ended. Yeah,
it's hilarious. They just show up to duel, and then as soon as the movie starts, they leave. Like I'm good.
Why did I? Okay. All right. You know what? I'm a pretty competent duelist. I've actually qualified for the World Championship, Jen. That's insulting. That's offensive.
I have not. I played online. I was ranked online. Never.
Really? That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I was ranked. I forgot my rank, but I was ranked.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I learned something new about you today.
I'm a pretty good duelist, bro. I mean, this is one of my many binders. This, hilariously enough, this binder is just Yugi cards. This is just my Yugi binder, as I call it.
Okay.
I have
All
my
right.
first page of Dark Magicians.
Nice.
Right there.
All right. I guess since you're showing me yours, I have to show you mine. I'm gonna put it that way.
This is what the people want to know. They want to know, are we fans? Are we fake fans?
Man's taking me out. All right. Wait, where's my camera? Right there.
Okay.
That's all.
That's nice.
Nerd stuff.
All right, there we go.
Oh my god.
Jen, I run a bunch of things. Funnily enough, I was running Snake Eyes.
All right. Since my nerd
but I've stopped running Snake Eyes. I put together a couple of fun decks, which you will see some new ones. There we go.
There's the money shot. That's the first episode page, and all my Dark Magician stuff.
I mean, mine's better organized, but no, bro. I mean, I have literally organized. I mean, guys, come on. We're just the rest of the stream is just gonna be us. Like, look at how like organized.
Look at my stuff.
All the Dark Magician variants, like Dark Magician Girl. I got everything organized, and then look at the back. The back. This is the money shot. I got my tokens. I have the Duelist Kingdom cards. Excellent. Guys, look at this. I mean, I have the Exodia pieces and the Legendary Dragons.
Actually, if I could show a really cool page, those are all my signed cards.
That's cool.
I love how my camera went out of focus right now. Yeah, those are all my signed cards by various people. And then that's the second page.
I got to get some cards signed while we're there. I need to get famous voice actors like Jen Silverman to sign cards for me.
Absolutely. She will be signing autographs there. I have that on good authority. I also want to say, I think I'm the only person in history to have a St. Joan card signed by Lisa Ortiz.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You might be the only person.
I know.
Hi, Jen. Thanks for joining us. We will see you at the event. All right, guys. But unless anyone else has any final questions, I think we'll start wrapping up. We've been going for an hour. This will, if you guys want to learn more, I mean, once we are able to talk more in detail about the guest list and we have a more finite idea of what the event will look like in terms of like exact times and exact moments, we will probably maybe do another stream and we'll talk about it. But if not, you guys can follow me and John on all of our socials. We'll be dropping all of the information, and this stream will be kept up. So if anyone who isn't watching live or just is catching the tail end of it and wants to go back and watch it, it'll stay up on the channel. So you can go and watch it on the channel.
Great. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh, baby. Darkside Dimensions. And like I said, the ticket link, Nikki dropped it a couple of times in the chat, and it will be in the description and the comment section after the video airs. So you guys will be able to see it there. But yeah, any final questions? All right, probably not. John, it was a pleasure to have you on the channel. I'm so excited for this event. It's going to be one of a kind, and I don't think the Yu-Gi-Oh community is Yu-Gi-Oh. Wow.
It's fine. We've been talking for a while.
I don't think the Yu-Gi-Oh community has ever had anything like this before. So, yeah, I think we're all pretty excited to see how this turns out.
Absolutely. And I can't wait to see how it turns out, and I can't wait to see all of you there, honestly. So thank you to all the fans on here. Thank you for coming to this and allowing me to bring more Yu-Gi-Oh to your lives.
All right, guys. I think that's a perfect way to end it. No, so that's a sound off right there.
I'm going to leave on the high note. Just,
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you at the event.